Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello guys, welcome to Tech 45 Degree, and in this video we will try to solve a problem that is triplet sum to 0. So we have a given unsorted array, and in this given array we need to find a triplet that the sum of that triplet should be equal to 0. So for example, we have to find x plus y plus z. So these are the triplets, and if we add them, so the result should be equal to 0. And this x plus y plus z belongs to this array. So this question can be asked in different ways. Okay, so for example, they can ask you to give me the count of the triplets, then the triplet sum should be equal to 0, or they can ask you the triplets that should be equal to 0. So we have find the triplets, right? In this case, that is -3, 1 and 2. So if we sum them, so the result is 0. If we get it, there is another triplet that is -2, 0 and 2. If we sum them, the result is 0. And the sum of the another triplet that is -2, 1 and 1, the sum is 0. And the sum of another triplet that is -1, 0 and 1, if we add them, the sum is 0. So we need to find these triplets from this given array. But before moving forward, there are some points that we need to remember. So we have a triplet that is x, y and z that is equal to 0. So it will be something like -4, 2 plus 2. So if we add them, so it will be equal to 0. So we can say if the y plus z is equal to x, right? For example, 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, right? So it is same like that, right? So we have already seen this problem. So it is like pair with a target sum. So we have a pair of y and z, and the target is x, right? So we have already seen this problem that the name is pair with a target sum. And if you haven't seen that video, I will leave the link in the description. Kindly go and check out that video first, right? After that, it will be easy to understand this problem. So this problem is something look like that. So we have a pair of y and z, and then we have a target, right? So we have to find this pair that will be equal to target, and then we will move the 4 on the left side. So then the triplet, we will find the triplets, right? The triplet will be equal to 0. So here we have to remember another point, that is if the pair that is y plus z is less than our target, which is x, right? So we will move our left pointer toward the right side for greatest value, right? So for example, we have -3 plus -2, right? So if we add them, that is -5, which is less than 4. Now we need something bigger in this pair, right? So we will be equal to 4. So for that, what we will do actually, we will move our left pointer toward the right side, because we know in our sorted array, we can find the greater values on the right side of our left pointer. So we will move our left pointer on the right side, and similarly vice versa. If y plus z is greater than x, that is 2 plus 3 is greater than 4, we need something small here in our pair, right? So in that case, we can find the smaller values if we move our right pointer on the left side, right? Because all the smaller values will be lie on the left side of our right pointer, right? Because our array is in sorted order. So here now let's try to understand how we will solve this problem. So we have a unsorted array, and first of all, we will sort our array, right? It will be something look like that. And then we will assign our pointers. So we have 3 pointers like I, L and R. So I is our pointer, and L is our left pointer, and R is our right pointer. And here we can see like -3. In I we have a -3, right? So here we need some, because and our target is 0. So we can say from here to here we need something like +3, because -3 and +3 will be cancel each other, and we will get our desired result, that is 0. So we need +3 from here. So here the target is +3 from here, right? From here and here, right? +3. So we can see that we have a pair here, right? So we need a pair here because we need 2 values. So if we sum them, so it will give me the 3 result. So this problem is similar problem like the pair with the target sum. So kindly check that video first, It is very important. And then after that, it will be easy to understand for you guys, right? So how we will do this right now? So we have a I here, and I is -3. And we have a L pointer. L is at index 0, and R is at index is at the last index, which is 6 in our case. So we have -2 and +2. So like it will give us 0. So it is not like +3. So we need +3 from L and R, right? So then in that case, we will get the 0. So what I will do, so we get -3 from here, right? So we will move our L pointer on the right side because we need a bigger value, because -3 is smaller than 0. So we need a bigger value in our pair, right? So I will move L pointer on the right side, right? So now I will move our L pointer on the right side, and L is at index 2 right now. At index 2, we have a value -1, and if we add it, 2 minus 1, so it will give me 1, and then 1 minus 3, it will give me -2. So it is not equal to 0. We need again another big value here, right? Here, right? So we will move our L pointer again on the right side, and now we have a index 3 on for L. At index 3, we have value 0. So if we add it, we get -1. -1 is smaller than 0, right? So we are still looking for our desired pairs. Again, I will move this. Now, if we see our L pointer as at index 4, and index 4, we have value 1, and R is at index 6. So like 1 plus 2 give us 3. So we have find 3 here, right? Because our target was 3 here. Because I is -3 and we need our target value as a 3 here. So we find our target from here, that is 3. So like 3, and this is 3 minus 3, 1 and 2. So when we add that all these triplets, so it will give us 0. So we have find our triplets, and we have put our triplets in our resulted array, that is -3 and 1 and 2. So this is how we will solve our problem, and we will try to find all our triplets and put it in our resulted array. So in the finally, we have find all our triplets and put it in our resulted array, and the result is something like -3, 1 and 2. This is 0, -2, 0 and 2. This is also 0, -2, 1 and 1. This is also 0, and this is -1, 0 and 1. So when we add these triplets, it will give me 0, and all these triplets belong to this array, right? So this is how we have solved our problem. And guys, if you haven't subscribed my channel till now, kindly subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon, and also like this video, because your subscription and likes motivate us to create these kind of videos for you guys. And now here we have to see another point. Okay, so now here we have a target is 1, right? And we have 3 pointers, that is I, L and R. So I'm going to clear one more point here for you guys. So here we have a I as at -3, and we need 3 here. Not actually 3, we need 2 here, because we need 4 here from this pair. Okay, so we have -3 and our target is 1. So we need 4 from here. So when we add 4 with -3, so it will give me the 1. So we need to find 4 from here. Okay, so what I will do, if now I will move our L pointer till the end and try to find the 4, right? So we have moved L pointer one by one at till here, right? But we didn't find 4, right? The maximum value we find is at 2 plus 1, that is 3. So we didn't, so it will give me the 0, but our target is 1. So we need 4 from this area, right? So now what I will do, I will move our I pointer on the next index, and I will reset our L pointer back to the next of our I pointer. So it will be something look like that. So I have moved I pointer is at -2, right? And we have a L pointer that is next to our this index. Okay, so now we have a I pointer -2, and now from this area we need 3 actually. Okay, because 3, when we add 3 with -2, so it will give me the 1. So can we find 3 here? So for example, we have a R2 here. So if I move L pointer here, right? So now this L and plus R is equal to 3. And when we add 3 with -2, so we get 1. So we find our desired triplet, that is -2, 1 and 2. So, right? So we have put this desired triplets here. So this is how we will play with our pointers, like all of these 3 pointers, and try to solve our problem. And now let's go on our IDE and try to solve this problem by practical implementation. So here I'm inside my IDE and I have a function that is find triplet, and it takes the array. So we are passing an sorted array and we need to find a triplet that will be equal to 0. So the equation will be something like that x plus y plus z equal to 0, and where x plus y is and z is like the triplets, and that belongs from this array, right? So it will be like something like we can say -4, 2 and 2 is equal to 0. So we need to find these kind of values from this array that should be equal to 0. So if we modify this equation, we can say like y plus z equal to -x. So still it will be like right equal function, right? So if we see this equation, it is something like pair with a target sum, right? So we have already solved that problem, that is pair with a target sum. And if you haven't watched that video, I have a complete video tutorial on that, and I will leave the link in the description. Go and kindly check that video first. After that, it will be easy to solve this problem. Okay. So here the y and z, we will have like left pointer and right pointer, and we can call it as a pair. So if we add them up, it will be equal to the target, which is -x. So we have to solve this problem, right? This pair with the target sum, and it will be help us to find the triplet that will be equal to 0. So first of all, I will write a function that is find, I will say search pair, and it will search a pair from this array, and here it will we will pass an x, okay, because x will be our target, right? And also we will pass the left, and we will pass the triplets. So this will be our triplet list. So if we find the triplet, if we solve this equation, this means we have find our triplets, and then we will put our triplets in our triplet list. Okay, so that is why now I need a, so we have a left pointer here, right? And we have x here, right? Now we need z, which is right pointer. So I will initialize a right pointer. I will say right, and right will be like length of array of -1. Okay, because this is the last index, this will be like our last index. And now, okay, so we have x here. Okay, so we need a target. So our target will be like -x, but it will be like array. So we will pass an index here. Okay, so it will be like array of -x. So we will get the value from the x position here, and we will make it as a -x, right? So we have get the target. Now we have to find the current sum. Okay, so the current sum will be like y plus z. So it will be like current sum, and it will be like array of left, I will say left, and array of right. Okay, so it will be give me the current sum. And now I will say, okay, but here we need to put a loop. Okay, so I will say while left, there's then right. Okay, then we will find the current sum. Okay, let me correct this one. Okay, so now if our current sum equal to our target, right? So it means we have solved this equation, right? And then we will append our triplets. It is left, right, okay, and actually I will do it like this way. We will put our x and we will put our left and we will put our right. Okay, so we have find our triplet and we have append that triplet in our triplet list, but we will not stop here because we need to find more triplets. This is the first triplet we have found, but we need to keep moving and search other triplets in this list that will be equal to 0. So for that, I will increment our left pointer and I will decrement our right pointer, right? But here we have to put a check that if left is less than right, right? So there are possibilities that we can find the duplicate items, right? Such as like 1 and the 2, right? They are duplicated. So like we have already seen these items, right? So we need to skip that. Okay, so we need to avoid this duplication. So I will say if array of left is equal to array of left, actually -1, because this array of left we have already incremented. So it will be like, for example, at index 2. So we are checking with index 1, like the previous index. If the both have same items, so we will skip it again. Okay. Done. Similarly, we will do it for the right pointer. So I will say left into right and array of right. Okay, so here right +1. Okay, because right will move in the opposite direction. So I will move it in the opposite direction, right? So we are checking with the previous item of the right. So for example, right is now right was at the index 6, but we have moved it at a 5. Now right is at 5 here, so we are checking with the 6. If the 6 and 5 are equal, so we will move right on the fourth index, right? Because 6 is already seen here, right? So this is we have handled this one, but now handle if the current sum is not equal to target. So in that case, I will do it like this way. So I will say, and if current sum greater than, or we can say if current sum is less than the target, right? So in that case, we need a bigger value in our current sum. So I will move our current sum 1 by 1 addition. Otherwise, I will decrement the right. Okay. So if the current sum is greater than target, so we need a smaller value. So the smaller value we can get if we move the right pointer into the left direction, right? Let me put a colon here. So if we see here, till now we are good. So we have created a function that will search a pair, right? And if it find the pair, so it will put a triplet in that triplet list. So now we have to call this function here, right? So here, first of all, I will sort our array, right? And now I will put a loop. So I will say for I in range length, and we will move to the length of array -2. Okay, this is because I will explain this one. Okay, but first let me call this search pair. So here we will pass our array and x will be our I, and I plus 1 will be our left, and then we have triplets. Okay, right, we are good. So yep, so we are moving we are executing our loop for the range of length of array -2. This is because, for example, if I reaches to -1 till here, right, till this position, so this will be our left and this will be our right. So we don't need to move till here, because if I reaches this here, so we will not have enough scope to get the left or right, right? So we are good till this position. Okay, so that is why I have put -2. Now if I execute this cell And if I execute this cell, and if I execute this one, so here we have find our triplets, that is -3, 1 and 2. So it is equal to 0, -2, 0 and 2. This is equal to 0. This is also equal to 0, and this is also equal to 0. So this is how we have solved our problem, that is to find a triplet that is equal to 0. And if you haven't subscribed my channel till now, kindly subscribe my channel, click on the bell icon and also like the video. And if you have any confusion, you can leave your comment in the comment section.